Hello, my
Hello,
Stampin'
my
Up!
Stampin'
Go-Go's.
Go-Go's.
How are you
How
this
are you this
evening?
evening?
Tonight we
Tonight
are
we are
having
having
the
the
July
July
online
online
card
card
class.
class.
We're going to make 3 cards using the amazing Sunshine Vibes stamp set and dies, which is one of my favorites. So I'm really excited to get started with this evening. If you are here and joining me live, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from this evening. This evening, I think it's evening. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know if you're stamping along. If you're
If you're
watching the
watching the
replay,
replay,
special welcome
special
to you
welcome
as
to you
well.
as
I'm
well.
so
I'm
glad
so
that you
glad that you
come and
come and
watch the
watch the
replay
replay
later.
later.
Make sure
Make
you
sure
leave
you
me a
leave me a
comment
comment
and
and
let me
let me
know
know
that
that
you
you
were
were
here.
here.
If
If
this
this
is
is
your
your
first
first
time
time
joining
joining
me,
me,
welcome.
welcome.
I
I
am
am
Heidi
Heidi
with
with
Go
Go
Stamping.
Stamping.
I'm going
I'm
to
going to
help
help
you
you
reconnect with your inner artist by using stamps, ink, and paper
paper
to make beautiful handmade cards and gifts just like the ones we are going to make tonight. So I'm going to make my workspace look just a little bit bigger and me look just a little smaller. There we go. We can see here is the stamp set that we are using tonight, which is the Sunshine Vibes stamp set. This is part of the Boho Vibes Sweet collection. Really, really fun sweet. It's pretty. I like it. Just a fun stamp set. You can see, if you know me, you probably know why I like this. It is bold. It is graphic. Oh no, there's an echo. Thank you so much for letting me know. Here, we will fix echoes. Sorry about that. Did that fix the echo? Please let me know if that fixed the echo. So sorry about that. All right. So I'm waiting to see if that fixed the echo before I go any further, because I don't want to keep chatting. Fixed. All right, good. So sorry about that. That drives me nuts when I forget to click just the right button when I get started. Anyway, hello, everyone. All right. So it is big. It is bold. It is graphic. I love it. Now, the stamp set has these images. The dies are actually mostly rainbows, which is really fun too. And you can see them on there. Super cute. And the Boho Vibes pattern paper that coordinates with this is also like a rainbow look. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out because we're going to cut our first piece that we need. So let's take a peek at this. Now, if you registered for the class, you have all the supplies. If you placed at least $100 order through me in June, you also received a free card kit for this class. So isn't this pretty? Just got that boho feel with rainbows. So I'm going to flip this over. I want to grab the one that is polka dotted and petal pink. That is what I'm going to use. We are going to cut this. It is going to be 4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. I'm going to start by cutting at 3 1/4 inches. Save that piece for later. And then I'm going to cut it 4 inches. So 4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. There we go. We'll just set that aside. I'm going to grab card kit number 1. Pull out all the goodies in here. Set that aside. All right, we have our envelope. Set that aside. We have a piece. These, I think, are all the scraps. A piece of, what do I want to say? Mossy Meadow, a piece of cloud cover, a piece of Secret Sea, and we're going to do some cutting from those. We have a piece of basic white for the inside. We have another piece of Secret Sea. Now, you're going to know that this is the one that is for the layer because the piece of basic beige fits right on top of it. All right. The other one is for cutting. These two are for our layers. I'm going to set those aside. And then we have a piece of basic beige. And I just realized, y'all, I must not have been paying attention when I was cutting these. And this layer was supposed to have some texture on it. It was supposed to have it was supposed to be embossed with the Forever Plaid embossing folder. So if you have the Forever Plaid embossing folder and you want to emboss yours, go ahead. I'm going to leave this plain so you can see what it looks like plain because that's what's in your kit. And I know you might not have that embossing folder. You could try another one as well. So sorry about that. Sometimes, I get going on cutting stuff and I miss pieces. So wow, hello all our friends here. Hello, Ellen and Carrie and Marcia and Krista. I'm so glad you guys are here. And then we have a piece of petal pink for the card base. All right, so I'm going to put these pieces aside, and we're going to do just a little bit of cutting first. So I'm going to grab the dies, and we're going to use these rainbow pieces for it, the bows. I'm going to use this one that has like a stripey on it. This one that looks like Rick Rack. We're going to use this one with the polka dotties. And then I want to grab this and cut some hearts too, all right? Yes, polka dotties is the technical term for that, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to grab cutting plate. Here is plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, my cutting plate, which is well loved. I use my cutting plates forever. Forever and ever. All right, there we go. Just getting some of the extras off. Sometimes when there's little bits left on your cutting plate, it will leave indentations in your cardstock. So I try to get those all off. All right, so we have the Secret C. We're going to cut the Ricky Rack one. I'm making up all the words tonight. We're going to cut the Ricky Rack one out of the Secret C. Cloud Cover is the Polka Dotty one. Mossy Meadow is the stripedy one. And actually, I'm going to cut, well, let's run this through and then we'll cut our hearts. All right. So I'm going to run this through. We're going to do it in 2 batches. We got our 3 pieces there. Put my, ooh, I tried to go for a little walk. I'll just move that back over. All right. Run these through my cut and emboss machine. Now, if you have been wanting a cut and emboss machine and you don't have one, the time to get one is coming up. Starting tomorrow is free shipping. Free shipping for 3 days only, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it's a perfect time to treat yourself to something like a cut and emboss machine because the order has to be over $75. So it's got to be, a certain size order. So you might as well get something good that you've been wanting. I think I'm going to get, I always forget what they're called. They're like the party banner alphabet dies, like there's a big alphabet. And then it has coordinating banners that go with it. So you can make a whole big banner thing. I'm really excited. I think I'm going to get that during free shipping because I can't not take advantage of free shipping. There's all sorts of little dots in here. We're going to have to poke these out. So let me know in the comments. Let me know if you are going to, if you already have your wish list ready for free shipping day or not. Or if you need ideas, because I'm sure that we can all come up with some great ideas for you. Because I don't know about you, but my wish list is always long. All right, I'm just trying to get out the ones that are Secret C. My die was apparently pretty dirty. Had lots of stuff in it before I cut this out, and so they're all sticking in there. So this is why I like my Take Your Pick tool. It's good for getting out these little bits. Fighting with them. All right. If there's cloud cover ones in there, I'm not so worried. That's okay. We can have some cloud cover polka dots. I didn't really want the Secret C ones in there. Come on. There we go. All right. So there is my polka dotty one, and then the Rick Racky one. Come here, you got to come out too. All right, there's the Rick Racky one. So we'll pull these all off. I'm going to actually grab, remember how we cut our piece? I'm going to cut my hearts out of this because all I need is these hearts. So I'm just going to pop that in the middle and cut it out of this piece. If I can find, there's my other. All right, so we want to make sure it doesn't slide off to the edge where it's going to show, but you can cut those hearts right out of the center of it. Kind of a way to, save paper if you don't have a little scrap. All right. Everyone must be intently working. Get these little hearts off. I'm going to put my cutting plate outside. I'm going to put away my dies before I lose them. I'm I like it when I lose things. So put these all back where they go. My hearts. There we go. All right. And then we can start putting this together because that's all we need to do. This is a pretty easy card. I'm going to start with my piece of petal pink. I'm just going to fold this in half on that score line. I'm going to give it a good squishy squish with my bone folder. There are little polka dots all over my table. I don't know if you can see them, but we're just going to fling those out of the way. All right. Then I'm going to add my piece of basic beige. And like I said, this was supposed to be embossed. So if you want to emboss it, emboss away. You know what I did today? If you've been watching the last couple nights for my stamp camp, you'll know that I was running out of green glue. My green glue bottle was very low. I was having trouble getting glue out of it. So I got out of a new one today. I remembered. So that's exciting. All right. I like using things up. I don't know what it is, but it's such a good feeling. I used it up. Use the whole thing. All right. And then we're going to add our polka dotty petal pink. I'm just going to put some green glue around the outside edge. I'm going to put this right in the center. Just like that. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. We're going to do some other little work here. So I'm going to put this piece of basic beige on the piece of Secret Sea. Then we're going to build our rainbow on the basic beige. So I'm going to start with my mossy meadow. I'm just going to try to put little dots of glue on here. Or not, just try to spread it out. You want it really thin because there are little slits and it will come through the slits. We probably should have used, I want to say, should have used a adhesive sheet. Silly me. All right, there's our mossy meadow. I'm going to add the rickety rack one. It's not straight. We're definitely having a boho rainbow because it's not straight. It is a little wonky. All right, let's put some glue on the rickety rack. Just getting this on. I'm not going over the whole thing. That would be glue overload. I'm just putting it on the ends, making sure I spread it out really thin so it doesn't goosh. I'll put this on. And maybe try to bring my rainbow back into normalness. I don't know. I think I'm just going to miss the whole time. All right, there's the Ricky Rack one. Then we will add the polka dot one. And again, just trying to be really sparing on my glue. Spread it around. All right. And we will add this one. I can't even get it. Here. Totally getting glue on my fingers. Ew. All right, we'll add this one to the center. There we go. And I got one little, look at that. I still have one little dot of Secret Sea. Can you see that? Look at that. It's just hanging out there. All right, let me see if I can get it out. Come out. Just like jabbing at it with my take your pick tool. There. It's mostly out. All right. Then it looks a little sad. So I'm going to add the biggest. Remember, we cut those little hearts out. I'm going to add the biggest one to the center. And I am going to put it on with a little mini glue dot. If you don't have a mini glue dot, you can just cut your glue dots in pieces. And then you put this on with a little mini glue dot. It's a little mini heart. Goes right in the center. Aww. And then we're going to put this piece on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And then this card's going to be done. And I'm going to show you the version that I made earlier that has the embossing on it, like it was supposed to have. Silly me. All right. Pop these all on here. Now take your pick tool, pull off the backs. This goes right on my card front. And this one doesn't even have a sentiment. So you could stamp a sentiment if you wanted to on. They're sticky on my table now. You could stamp a sentiment on here if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave mine blank, I think. Do I have like some, I don't know that I have all my stamps out. Do I have like a, well, you know what we'll do? We'll add some little stars to this. We'll have some petal pink stars. Just for a little decoration. But I'm going to leave it blank because sometimes you just need a blank card, right? So just adding some stars. Just like that. Just a little funness. I'll pop this on the inside of my card. You could put pattern paper on there too if you prefer. I don't know. You could do all sorts of things. What do you do on the inside of your cards? We could put these extra hearts on there. I could have done that. I didn't, but I could have. All right. So this just goes inside. We could stamp the envelope too. So we have the envelope here. We could add, let's add some stars to that. Stars on everything. There we go. It's a little funness down there. And there we go. There is our first card. Isn't that cute? Let me show you what it looks like with the embossing. The embossing really kind of steps up a little bit. So I'm really sorry I missed doing that. Silly me. Silly me. All right. That was card number 1. We're going to move on to card number 2. And I'm going to show you card number 2 before I start making it so you can see what it looks like. Because this is our fun fold card. So this is a swing card. And the rainbow is going to swing. Woo! Woo! I think it's fun. All right, so let's start by cutting some pattern paper. I need to get out the right patterns. We're going to need a bunch of different patterns for this because we're going to cut some rainbows. All right, so let me find the right instructions. So we want to cut, we want the one that is this one right here. We want to cut this. So we'll set that aside. All right, that's going to be for the front. Then for our rainbow, we need this. We need this one. We need this one. We need this one. And we need this one. So you need like a bunch of different patterns. And you can use different patterns if you wanted. You could put different things together. It's up to you. I think I'm going to try to cut these down just a little bit so they fit a little bit better. Well, no, you know what? We're going to try to cut these all at once. Should we see how that works? We'll see. Maybe I'll do half and half. We'll do half and half. All right, I'm going to set those aside for a minute. Let's cut these pieces right here before we get any further. So these need to be 2.5 by 4 inches. Now, I like mine to go one next to the other. We're going to try to get that. So I'm going to cut 4 inches this way. Okay. Oh, I did that wrong. I literally, like I said, I'm going to do this, and then I did it wrong. Silly, silly me. Oh, dear. Dear, 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 dear. I think, well, no, that's right. No, I did it right. Don't listen to me. I did it right. All right, so I cut it this way, cut off the tops. Now I'm going to cut these 2.5. And I'm going to cut them 1 and 2. So I like when they go in order on my card. All right, so there we go. 2.5 by 4 inches. And I have 2 of them. I'm going to try to keep them in order. I'm going to set those aside. Let's cut some rainbows. So I'll get back out my cutting plate. Everyone is so quiet tonight. You guys must all be working very diligently, very hard. Everyone's really quiet. All right. I'm going to take my 6x6 pieces. I'm stacking up 3 on top of each other. It's thin. I think we can cut all of them. All right, so I want to grab the die. Let me show you which die we're going to use. We're going to use this one right here that has like just the wonky rainbow pieces in it. And you know what? This needs to be bigger. Let's swap this out. There we go. We're going to try cutting 3 of these at once. We'll see how it works. Hello, Tamara, in very warm Minneapolis. It was super nice here today. The last couple of days, it has been between like 75 and 80, and it's been beautiful. And I'm really sad because it's not going to stay that way. All right. I'm just rolling that through my emboss machine. I'll show you what that looks like. Look at all these pieces. Look, we're going to have all sorts of pieces. And we're going to use more than one, but we're not going to use all of them. So you'll be able to make more of these cards. You'll have extras already cut for you. Maybe 3 was too many. We'll do 2 next time. All good. And this is really pretty too. You could put this, like cut this off and layer it. Be super cute. So many scraps to keep on this card. All right. All these pieces. Come out. Come out, rainbow pieces. There we go. Come out. Whew. Oh no. Suit allure. I didn't think I had cut this one. All right. Well, we kind of messed up. I should have cut for the next card first because we needed this piece right here. And I could have cut over here. What was I thinking? Hopefully you didn't do like I did. Hopefully you've kept this piece right here. I'm so bummed now. I kind of messed up the next card. Man. I'm having all sorts of flubs tonight. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about that for a minute. All right. Come out. There's those rainbow pieces. And then we're going to cut the other 2. So we have 2 more. We have the green one and the blue polka dot-y one. We're going to cut rainbow from this too. So just put that on there. Cut these out. Oh. All right. All right. Here we go. Now I have more pieces. We have all these rainbow pieces. We're going to have to put them back together. Set all those aside. Set all our rainbow pieces aside. And then let's start building our card. So I'm going to pull out envelope number 2. Envelope number 2. We have a big long piece, right? It has 2 score lines in it. These are other pieces. That's all. So we have a piece of basic white. We have an envelope. We have a piece of secret sea, and then we have a little piece of cloud cover. All right. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to lay this in front of me. So I have it so that I put the mountains on the inside. Okay, the mountains on the score lines, and I have my 2 score lines over here to the left. I'm going to start by adhering my 2 pieces of pattern paper into those 2 like holes. All right, into those 2 sections. So put some green glue on here. this on like this. There we go. And then I'm going to put the other one on. All right. Oops, not upside down. Just going every which way this evening. All right. There we go. So we have those two pieces on there. All right. Now we're going to do some cutting. So I'm going to pull out my cutting plate again, which I put someplace. Here it is. Looking for my top plate. All right. I'm going to put this on here, and we want to cut this. We're only going to cut part of it. Let me show you which die we're going to use. We're going to use the big outline of the rainbow. Okay. So we're going to use the big outline of the rainbow. I am going to line this up so the center is on that score line. All right, so that is lined up so the center is on the score line as best I can. May not be perfect, but as best I can. And then we are going to put the top on, all right? But when I put the top plate on, actually I'm gonna move this down. When I put this top plate on, I wanna line up the edge of this top plate with my score line, all right? Because we only wanna cut part of this. So I'm going to line up the edge of my top plate with my score line. And I'm going to try to very carefully move it so I don't mess anything up. And we're just going to cut that, all right? We're just going to cut half of it. So make sure it's lined up before you start cutting, just how you want it. And then you're going to roll that through, and it's just going to cut half of the rainbow. Right. Let me show you. So you can see this just cut half, right? Hopefully I am telling you everything about this correctly. It's been a while since I made these cards. All right, so I'm going to fold this in half, just like that. I'm going to give this a good crease. So our pattern paper is on the inside. And then I'm going to fold this back towards the front. And I may need to come in. Let's put a little bit of glue down here. Just to fold that down. All right. So that's coming back in just like that. Yeah. There we go. And now we're going to cut another piece of this. We're going to cut another piece of this. If I remember correctly. Yeah. So I almost want to be able to turn this upside down. So I'm going to show you a little trick, because if you have well-loved cutting plates, I have very well-loved cutting plates, especially my bottom plate. I keep my bottom plate and my top plate separate. So this is very well-loved, and this will leave like bumps on your cardstock. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this upside down. So my rainbow is upside down. I'm going to put my other piece of cloud cover on top of here. Okay, get that so it's on there. And then my other cutting plate, which is much smoother, I'm going to put this on top. And this way, because I want the opposite side, so I want to try not to get all those bumps on there, if that makes sense. Maybe I can show you when I get done. All right, so this came out this direction. Now, normally, so this isn't too bad. Normally, like this side, if I had cut, it would be kind of bumpy, okay? Because when I put this on, I want to make them line up. I'm actually going to flip my rainbow over, okay? So normally, this is the front side. You can see it kind of like curves down on the edges because that's what happens with die cutting. But you can see the bottoms. I mean, it kind of lines up, but it's a little bit off. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put it this way. We're going to put it backwards on the front there. Now, if you want to make sure the edges are down, we can take the bone folder and just run that around those edges. Get them kind of, more flat. There we go. And then this, I'm going to adhere right in here. Go in the rainbow. And this is just going to give us a nice, I am totally doing this wrong. Please tell me you have not put down adhesive. Y'all, I'm having a night tonight. All right, we're just going to go with this. This was actually supposed to go on the other side. So I told you all the wrong things. I'm telling you like how to like turn this over and do all these things. And really, we don't need it because it actually needed to go on this side where there's pattern paper. Oh yeah. I'm just going to cut another one. So if you haven't glued yours down yet, don't glue it down. We're going to glue it on the other side. Mine's going to have 3 pieces. I'm going to get out a piece of cloud cover. Wow, I hope you all like stick with me and forgive me after tonight because I have made so many blunders this evening. Hello, Joan in Washington State. Oh man. Creative opportunities, right? Oh dear. Dear me. So luckily I have more cloud cover cardstock. I'm going to cut another one. If you messed up like I did, I hope that you too have more cloud cover cardstock. You could also do a Secret C or basic white. You could cut it out of the center of the Secret C. That would work. I'll make mistakes. Oh, good. I am so glad, Carrie. Because I am making enough for like this whole year. I'm making all the mistakes for all of you tonight. All right. Let's try this again. So we already have this nice Secret C one over here. We want to have a full Secret C one on this side too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up. Yay. All right. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Joy in Victoria. Amy, believe me, I mess up all the time. Oh my goodness. If you could see my trash bin filled with all my mistakes, the times I've started over or just dumped pieces on my card. All right. There we go. So I'm just gluing that over there so I have a nice cloud cover. Now, this is still going to swing back and forth. Yay, swing. All right, that gives us our swing function. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Hopefully those are all lined up pretty well. Now we can add our rainbow. So you're going to lay out your rainbow. You got to find the different pieces, right? We're going to find all different pieces because we want to use different ones for each one. And we need 2 rainbows, 2 full rainbows. So go ahead and look for the right pieces you need to make 2 full rainbows. That's the same size. I should have like laid these all out in front of me. Yeah, I didn't do that. That's green. Right. Let's see, here we go. This one. All right, so that's pretty good. There's a rainbow, right? Oh dear. There's a rainbow. Here is another. Let's do this one. And we'll put this one here. I want a polka dotty one or something. Nope, wrong size. This one. Just play with them. Play with them until you get the right pieces. You know, this one up here. And I gotta find the little green one. Oh, it's a little green one. There's a little green one. You should have 5 different colors though. So you should be able to mix and match and get a nice pleasing rainbow that you like. This one, I don't like the way that these 2 patterns are next to each other. So I'm actually going to try to switch that. I'm going to switch this one with the petal pink, and then we'll take this one out and we'll switch that one, if I can find it, with, no, that's the polka dots. Let's see what's in that. That's, oh, because that one's being used there, so that's not gonna work. Right. This one. And then it goes in the center. There we go. All right. I like that a little bit better. So I have 2 rainbows I like. Oh, Judy, that's what I'm here for. How to fix mistakes tonight. I got to figure out how I'm going to fix my next mistake on the next card. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to go with it. All right. So I'm going to start by adhering these to my rainbows. I'm going to build our rainbow. There we go. This is going to take a minute because we just have to glue each one individually. So chit chat, you know, of course, it's hard to chit chat when you're gluing, right? Well, I mean, you could actually chit chat, but it's hard to type when you're gluing. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. All right. I haven't seen any giant wish lists for free shipping day. My wish list is giant because my wish list is always giant. Now, if you are liking this card class, we do this every month. Usually it is the 3rd Tuesday of the month. This month we did the 4th Tuesday just because the 3rd Tuesday was really early in the month, which makes it hard for me to get the supplies out to you. But usually we do it the 3rd Tuesday of every month. You can register to get the make and take kit. Registration for the August class is open right now. Or better plan is that you can get it free. And how, you might ask, do you get it free? All you have to do is place a $100 order through me in the month of July, so right now, and you will get the August class, the make and take kit for the August class for free, along with the 6-card tutorial bundle. So you get the tutorial bundle. It has the 3 cards that we make during the class, plus 3 bonus cards. All right. Look at that. There was one hidden there. They stuck together. Now I got to put more glue on. And of course, free shipping days are a good time to get that $100 order in, so you can get the free card class, the free make and take kit. You get so many goodies. All right, there we go. I'm going to get a little bit of hand sanitizer because I have sticky on my fingers, and hand sanitizer is good for getting the sticky off your fingers before I move on to the other rainbow, because we got to do this all again. We got to do it, well, not all, but we got to glue all the rainbow pieces. All right, so now I flip this over. I have my rainbow on the inside. We're going to glue this rainbow. So adding more glue. This card really is almost done though. Like, we've done the hard part of it, right? So there's this. So fun. So fun. All right. Let me do this little, oh, that's not the right one. That side. I'm going to glue the little one. See if I can get them better spaced on this one. You could go either direction. Start at the outside or the inside. I'm going to go for both sides. We'll see how that works. Probably not well, the way my luck is going tonight. All right, there's that piece. And then comes this piece. I should have gotten out my silicone craft sheet because I am getting glue everywhere. I'm making a giant mess tonight. It's a good thing I have scrap paper now. All right. And this green one. Hello in Manitoba, Canada. Hello, Lisa. I am so glad you're here. I was just in Canada last weekend. Not Manitoba, though. We were in Ontario. We went to Stratford to see a couple shows this weekend. And we went to Canada's Wonderland and rode some roller coasters. So, which was fun. Fun times. All right, my last piece, and I'm going to have to do more hand sanitizer because the sticky is sticky. The sticky is real over here. This would be another good time to use adhesive sheets. You would need a lot. So I didn't. We're just going to glue them. Now, if you get adhesive where you don't want it, a couple different things. You can use an adhesive eraser. And I'm going to pull mine out. If you don't have an adhesive eraser, you can head over to my website. On my website, I have a section. I just started it, so it's not very full. But I do have a section with some of my favorite things. And on there is an adhesive eraser because I find like I always need it. Not always, but some days, like today. So I'm just going to, oops, that glue wasn't actually dry. You want your glue to be dry before you use the adhesive eraser. But whatever. You can also, if you don't want adhesive eraser, what you can do is you can use your your embossing buddy. So I'll show you that too. So you can take your embossing buddy and just rub that, and that's going to like stick a little bit of powder to those adhesive-y spots and make it less sticky. We'll do that over here too. Two good ways. All right, so now we have rainbows on both sides. Yay! And now we can finish this card. So you have a piece of white somewhere under all your rainbow pieces. We're just going to stamp this with some Secret C. I'm going to try to stamp it right in the center because we want it to be underneath the rainbow. Right? So I'm just going to stamp thanks. And then I'm going to adhere it to a piece of Secret C. And we'll put it on the inside of the card. So when you sign this, you're going to want to be kind of careful. Unless you want the signature to show from the front. That's fine. You can do it that way. It's up to you. All right. So pop this in here. There we go. And then this is going to go inside our card. Now you have lots of rainbow pieces left. If you want to, you can put them on your envelope. I am had enough gluing for now. So I'm not going to. But there we go. There is our swing card. And it just, isn't that cute? I just love how it does that. Oh, we got to add some embellishments. We have embellishments. We have some like sparkly dots. Where did my sparkly dots go? Here we go. I'm going to add these to the front. They're like little raindrops. Little raindrops. All right. So I'm going to put a big one over here. And I'm putting them on my rainbow. And I'm going to put a little one next to it. And I'm going to take another little one and I'm going to put a little one up here or a big one. There we go. So I just added three little gems to the front of there. You can hardly see them, but they're pretty. They have a little bit of sparkle. So there we go. There's card number 2. All right. Now let me take a look at what I have and see if I can salvage. I can salvage something for card number 3. Or, well, we can do this. I'm going to use this one. All right. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. So this is what it is supposed to look like, which I really like. That's really pretty. But I was not paying attention, and I should have Because what you do is you go in and you cut it off this piece. Now there was plenty of room over here. If I had done what I should have, which was cut this first, I could have cut this out of the side over here, but I totally messed up. So if you have this, you were just like lucky and you have this one intact or this one here intact, you can cut that one and use it and it'll be really pretty. I'm going to try to use this one instead. We're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So, because we can do that. All right, so this piece for card number 3, I'll find the right info. Hello. All right, this piece needs to be 3 inches by 5.5 inches. So I'm going to cut it this direction, 3 inches. 3 inches by 5.5 inches. I'm going to try to cut off some of this. Some of that Cajun craze. Cajun craze is not my color. If you've been around, you know Cajun craze is not my color. So what I did on mine, and we're going to try to do it on this, is that I stamped over some of these to make them even more pretty. And we're going to try to do this. We're going to see what it looks like. Let's see. You might have to like do a little bit different. I'm going to try some stripes on this one. And I'm just using the same color. Okay. So this is petal pink. I'm going to stamp some little stripes on my petal pink. All right. And this was really on the other one. The rainbow just looked a little bit bland. And I felt like it needed a little bit more. This one probably would have been fine just as it is. But to show you how I did this, I still want to show you. All right. So we're just turning this around. You got to kind of like keep turning. It's a little stamp. So you got to do it a bunch of times. There we go. And I just added some little stripes to there. Isn't that fun? All right. I'm going to pull out my Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do the same thing. This one, I think we will do stars. We'll do stars. So just going to add stars along my rainbow. So fun. It's fun. I like this. This is going to turn out great. See, it was not a mistake. It was a creative opportunity. We got to try something different. There we go. So cute. So that one has little like starbursts on it. Let me show you. You see that? Ah, cute, cute. All right, I'm going to do just a little bit up here with some polka dots. Some polka dots. Now with my cloud cover, sad, if you didn't know this already, there's no cloud cover ink pad because something about the foam in the classic Stampin' pads reacted with the ink and it made it change color. So I made my own. I used a empty Stampin' Spot. They come uninked like this one. All right. And then I just put re-inker in it. So I got the cloud cover re-inker because we have that. And I just added it to the Stampin' Spot. And then I'm just going to put cloud cover on cloud cover. And there we go. That's cute. I like it. I like it. Something different. You like it, Kim? I'm glad. So just a little bit extra. I wonder if it would show up if I did something. Maybe we'll try some stripes on there. Let's try some stripes. Should we try some stripes? Let's try it. I don't know if it's going to show up or not because it's pretty dark. And apparently I'm doing the stripes this direction this time, which might be a little bit harder to line up, but we're going to just go for it. It's kind of fun. It does show up a little bit. Y'all probably can't see it. I'll show you in just a minute. I'm going to do it this way this time. So we'll get one way and one the other way. Just kind of adds a little something extra. Fun. All right. Can you see that? So now it's got a little bit of stripe on there. Anyway, That's all it is. Just having fun with the pattern paper, making it your own, right? Okay, let's get the rest of the pieces for card 3. This is gonna go together like in a stamp. This card is so easy. It is so easy. All right. We have the envelope again. I'm gonna set that aside. Actually, let's stamp something on the envelope, shall we? Let's stamp on the envelope. Let's stamp some stripes and some stars. Just for fun. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do a little bit. Maybe some yellow stars. Like that. I don't know. That's just kind of fun. Just kind of a little fun bonus pattern, right? We could even, oh, look. Let's grab the hello because I'm going to put the sending good vibes on there. So I'm going to put hello on the front. Okay, that's where all my bonus pieces are. So all those extra pieces that I cut, I'm going to put them in here. All those extra rainbow pieces. Not that I don't already have a bazillion in here, but we're going to add more. More rainbows. All right, I pulled out the little hello. I'm just playing. I'm just playing now. So I pulled out the little hello. I'm going to stamp hello on here. I'm going to stamp it right over my stars. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. Make the fun little envelope. Yay. All right. I have this out. Set my envelope aside. We need to stamp the sentiment on this little oval. This is punched with the modern oval punch. And I'm going to ink up the stamps that says sending good vibes. And just try to center it on there. There we go. And then we can put this together. All right. So actually, we need to the inside. Let's add something to the inside. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna go all out. Right? You know it. I'm just gonna stamp some little lines again in here. Let's go all the way across. Shall we? I don't know what I'm doing. This is totally just me making it up on the spot. Oh, that's cute. I like it. All right, let's add some. We got to add some stars because I love the stars. Maybe just like that. I like that. That's kind of fun. All right. Now I'm done stamping. I promise. I'm done stamping. Go big or go home. Exactly. All right. I have my piece of cloud cover. If you guys can see my desk right now, let me tell you, it is chaos over here. We started out the evening well. It's not so good anymore. All right. I'm just folding that in half. And then I'm going to take my lovely stamped rainbow and I'm going to add it to this piece of Secret Sea. Just put some green glue on the back here. Oh, and this is going to line up at the top and bottom. It's going to be flush and just have a little border on the sides. So there we go. And this goes on the card front. This is such an easy card. But I like the way that I added, I know I did it. Of course I like it. But I like the added stamping on there because I think it just pops it up a notch. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to put my sentiment on with some Stampin' Dimensionals if I can find them. It's chaos on my desk. Put some Stampin' Dimensionals on here because everything has to have dimensionals. We got to get some dimensionals. I think that swing card did not have any dimensionals in it. And how did I even make that? I don't know. All right. So this I'm just going to put down here towards the bottom. Sending good vibes. And then we'll add some, well, let's glue this on the inside. And we'll add some sparkly gems to it. for fun. It's more whimsical if you make it up as you go. It's very true. Just making things up as I go. All right, there we go. Now we'll add some sparkly gems, some sparkles. It's almost like you got a bonus card this way because of my little mess up. I'm going to make it sound good, right? Right. We'll add a big one there. Oops. Come here. And a little one. We'll add another little one up here. There we go. So there we go. There is card number 3. Isn't that fun? Let me show you the other one. So that's how it was originally done. And I just used a different paper. It works. You could do it either way. I don't know. Which one do you like better? Maybe I like the new one better. I'm not sure. All right. And that is our card class for this evening. Let me pull in all of these cards. You can see them all again. There we go. Thank you all for hanging in with me tonight, for making some cards with me. I hope that you have had fun and that you have enjoyed this. And I hope that you will come back next week, Tuesday, or next month for the August online card class. We're going to use Encircled with Love stamp set. Super cute. And of course, I hope you'll come back tomorrow because we have night 3 of Camp Wow tomorrow. And we're making this really cool album. It like opens up and you could tie it backwards and it becomes a star, like when you look at it, like from the top. So it's going to be really cool. We're going to make that tomorrow night. I hope you will join me. Otherwise, have a great evening and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.